The rum and coke has been a staple highball cocktail for decades. Historically, the cocktail has typically consisted of only two ingredients. These are rum and Coca-Cola. The origin of rum goes back to the 17th century when European settlers brought sugarcane to the Caribbean islands. They soon began to use sugarcane juice or molasses to make rum. Barbados saw the establishment of the first rum distillery in 1637, and rum quickly began spreading throughout the Caribbean. Coca-Cola was invented by John Pemberton, a pharmacist, in 1886. It was originally intended to be a medicine that cured headaches, but is now the world's most popular soft drink. However, the creation and creator of the famous cocktail is still debated. The most popular theory is that the rum and coke was created in Cuba during the early 1900s by Americans trying to flee Prohibition. They began mixing Cuban rum with Coca-Cola to enjoy spirits during Prohibition. Other theories include that a bartender named Don Beach created the cocktail in the 1930s to attract customers, or that a Bacardi executive in the 1920s created it to promote their rum brand. Over the last several decades, this simple recipe has seen different variations. The first key ingredient for a rum and coke is any choice of rum, depending on your personal preference. White rum is unaged and gives the cocktail a crisp and clean feeling, and its flavor has hints of vanilla and citrus. Spiced rum is aged, and its flavor has hints of molasses, black pepper, citrus, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Spiced rum also makes the cocktail taste sweeter. The next ingredient is Coca-Cola. The cola adds flavors like caramel, which softens the harshness or bite of the rum. The carbonation from the cola also helps make the drink lighter and more refreshing. Ice is added to chill the cocktail to make it more enjoyable. We chose to do our project on the rum and coke because it is a classic drink. For both of us, it was one of the first cocktails we ever tried. The rum and coke has a simple recipe that is easy to build and easy to put your own twist on. There are endless variations of this cocktail that someone could make. We also find the history of the cocktail interesting, especially its Caribbean history. The preparation method to make a rum and coke is very straightforward. First, fill a highball or Collins glass with ice. The ice is used to chill the drink and to dilute the rum. Next, use a jigger to measure out 2 ounces of your choice of rum and pour it over the ice. Then, measure and pour 4 to 6 ounces of Coca-Cola into a glass. Finally, use a bar spoon to lightly stir the cocktail to ensure that the ingredients mix. You can also optionally add a garnish of lime. To do this, a paring knife and a cutting board will be needed to make lime slices. We modified our rum and coke by adding a half tablespoon of lime juice and a 1/4 tablespoon of cherry grenadine. We also swapped the Coca-Cola for cherry Dr. Pepper. The mixology technique used in this recipe is building. This is because the cocktail is made by simply pouring the ingredients in a glass and serving it.
Don't forget to keep your workstation clean and to wipe up any spills that you may have caused. Traditionally, lime wedges are used to garnish rum and cokes. The addition of a lime wedge as a garnishment adds visual appeal to the cocktail that gives it a vibrant green coloring that contrasts with the deep, rich coloring of the rum mixed with the coke. The freshness of the lime wedge gives the drink a citrusy component, which enhances the aroma and gives it a signature scent that awakens your senses. The tartness of the lime also combines with the sweet taste of the coke and pairs nicely with the spice of the rum, making the presentation of the drink match perfectly with the taste that you are expecting from a rum and coke.
The rum and coke pairs well with tropical Caribbean dishes like coconut rice, fried plantains, and grilled seafood. These dishes typically use caramelized ingredients, and the sweetness of the rum complements these flavors. The spice notes of the rum help to embrace the savoriness of grilled meats. The rum and coke also pairs well with barbecue foods. The sweetness of the cocktail and its caramel aromas tend to complement the smoky and savory flavor of red meat, like a steak or a hamburger.
The Captain Morgan comes to $1.43 per drink. The lime juice comes to 1 cent per drink. Cherry Dr. Pepper coming to 21 cents per drink. And the Rose's Cherry Grenadine coming to 2 cents per drink. We priced the Drunken Pepper at $8.99.
In order for an establishment to safely and responsibly serve alcohol, it should check every patron's government-issued ID to make sure they are 21 years of age or older. The bar staff should be trained to notice fake or tampered IDs. Those who are not 21 should be denied entry or denied alcoholic beverages. To keep the bar a safe place, employees should be trained to notice the signs of intoxication, such as slurred speech, impaired motor coordination, relaxed inhibitions, and slowed reaction time. If an employee notices these behaviors, they should get another staff member to go with them to tell the guests they are cut off. Staff should be trained on how to handle the situation politely and how to manage conflict if it arises. Also, the staff members need to count how many drinks each person they have served has consumed. This will reduce the chances of overserving any guest. Finally, all establishments should stay informed and up to date on the latest alcohol-related laws in their state, county, and city.